Greens as far as the eye can see. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. I am down in Homestead and I am picking my own produce to cook for you today here on SoFlo Taste. This is South Florida. It's where I live and work. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. South Florida is more than sun, sand, and sea. It's a lifestyle of fashion, sound, culture, and of course, food. Food with taste from all over the world. Join me as we celebrate the food of South Florida and the people who love it. Join me as we experience SoFlo Taste. I am here at Verde Farm Community Garden, and I'm here with Farmer Chuck, who does a lot of the farming for a lot of great restaurants here in town, also for, of course, Verde Community. And here, what do you planted here?
This is a salad turnip called Scarlet Queen. This is something that you can eat fresh or you can roast. The greens are delicious. They're kind of baby turnips right now,
Okay.
but you can use them any way you want to. They tend to get 3 inches in diameter, but you can use them any way up until that point. And the greens are really good when they're this size.
Oh, good. They're probably more tender when they're younger, right?
Absolutely. That's kind of why they call it a salad turnip.
Gotcha. They're beautiful. And what else are you growing about now?
Well, right now, I mean, the way that we do things here in South Florida, we've got a whole variety of things. We do our CSA program, so we try to provide our members of the farm with everything that they could possibly need when it comes to vegetables. Cherry tomatoes, eggplant, lettuce, cilantro.
So you're CSA, because I really want to get more people to belong to a CSA. Do they have to come and pick up? Do you have certain areas to pick up, or is it just pick up from here?
Well, we have multiple sites with Urban Oasis Project that manages farmers markets all around Miami, and Upper East Side Farmers Market in Liberty City, the one at Tropical Park. These are all pickup sites for us, and if you go to Urban Oasis Project's website, you can see all those locations. But we also do it here at Verde.
So somebody that lives, let's say, near me or my restaurants, which is over by the Upper East Side, could easily get beautiful things from your farm once a week, right, on Saturdays?
Absolutely. We harvest whatever is fresh and available at the time, so you're able to eat seasonally, local, and as fresh as possible.
Get into CSA. It's the best thing you could do. It not only helps them, it helps your family, it helps all of us down here in Florida. All right, so can we check something else out? Maybe can we look at those tomatoes that they're harvesting right now?
Absolutely. We grow black cherry, white cherry, sun golds, and then there's 4 varieties of what they call artisanal tomatoes, which are the oblong.
So how long do these green ones have?
The green? I mean, we pick them every other day, so these might start blushing early next week.
Okay.
We go through every other day to stay on top of it, otherwise it becomes overwhelming. Every bed is a different variety. Here, I'll give you your bucket. This is the white cherry. Maybe if we go around to a different bed, I can show you some different varieties. This is the sun gold, or gold nuggets. This is lush. That's just the name of the variety. The other beds on the other side, there's 2 beds over. They're these really nice yellow, oblong-shaped cherry tomato. We have all these. We don't necessarily maybe need to pull them off, but we have these Asian eggplants right over here that are really beautiful.
Yeah, these are some of my favorites. I actually use this variety a lot. I love them.
They're
delicious.
Delicious, few seeds, you know, and they just look nice.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Good color.
And there's the kale.
You got some Italian kale.
Lacinato.
Random sunflowers still poking up over there.
Beautiful. So I'm here back at the Verde Farms Community Market. I've got my vegetables. I'm going to make something hopefully delicious out of all this stuff. There is a chef and a kitchen in front of me. We have Homestead Air Reserve Base here, so we might see some jets. I've heard them before. It's just a beautiful day down here. So I'm going to get started on what Farmer Chuck has given me today. So I've got a little bit of olive oil going. It's just getting nice and smoky hot. I'm going to add some baby carrots that I found here. They actually sell some stuff here too, so I picked up some things here at the community market as well. So I've got the baby turnips, the baby carrots. I didn't even peel them. I just scrubbed them a little bit with a brush and some clean water. And when it's this small, it's really tender and delicious, and I love using the whole vegetable, peel and all. And then I've got some of the baby, really baby turnips with tops that we had gotten. And I'm going to use the greens as well. So I'll cut a little bit off the bottom and a little bit off the top, and I'll use those greens. And I also have some radishes here that I thought I could throw in there, and we'll use some of those greens too. Radishes are a little bit bigger than everything else, so I'll cut them in half, just like so. If you have never had a cooked radish, you really should try it. It's delicious. Roasting it in the oven or cooking it in the pan is wonderful. And it goes, by the way, really well with like a nice cheese selection. It's kind of fun and funky, and people aren't really used to seeing it. So toss that around a little bit. Now, when cooking these vegetables, especially if you're going to start by sautéing them, I always advise to add some kind of a liquid to the pan to make them even a little bit more tender. So I made, obviously not here, previously I made some dashi broth, which is just seaweed broth, to add to it, to add just a little bit of that clean seaweed flavor to it. It's a really easy thing to make, but you can also buy instant dashi. I've also got some little minced shallots. So I always seem to need onions in everything I do. Look how pretty that is already. So I'm going to go ahead and braise. So I'll add some dashi broth. I only went up about a quarter way up the vegetables. I'm not boiling these vegetables. I'm not poaching these vegetables. This is truly a braise. So I only go up about a quarter of the way up the vegetable because I want to maintain its flavor and its texture, and this is really just about all of this reduction in here. So I'm going to cover it with a plate and let it cook for about 3 minutes. So let's see how this is doing. Oh yeah. So we just want this to reduce down a little bit. And I've chopped all the greens, the different greens, and mixed them together. I'll probably use 1/2 to 3/4 of this. And I brought some fresh thyme along with me. I didn't know if they were growing any, and luckily enough I did, because they're not right now. And I'm just going to add a little bit of fresh thyme. The liquid has pretty much reduced down, so I'm just going to add a little bit of greens to the mix. You wouldn't want to do this at the beginning because obviously the greens would cook a little too far down. And I know I don't need to, but I brought a little bit of butter just to make it a little creamy. You can always add a little bit of olive oil if you want to, or nothing at all, but I like to make it just a little bit creamy. Beautiful. Oh, what a pretty mix. I got some sea salt right over the top and some fresh black pepper. And there goes a jet. And I wish you were here with me to smell how delicious this smells. There's truly nothing like cooking just harvested vegetables right in front of the farm where we pick them. So this is a great dish to share with the family. Put it in the middle of the table or on its own. This mixed with a little bit of quinoa would be a great meal, but in the center of the table is a beautiful side dish. Oof. And there you have it, our Verde vegetables and braised greens, juicy and delicious. Please come, harvest some vegetables. You got time, come and enjoy. Can't remember the recipe for my Korean fried chicken or my mother's flan? Visit SoFloTaste.com and rewatch the entire episode. Be back right after this. So we're here at Knottberry Farm, obviously in the bakery. This is probably the hottest part, right?
This is pretty warm.
Not even the temperature. I'm talking about the busiest part, the hottest part, the trendiest part. This is what everybody wants.
This is what everyone
sticky buns. So I am actually watching the sticky bun being made, the cinnamon buns. Do you guys call them sticky or cinnamon buns?
We call them cinnamon rolls.
Okay.
But we don't care what you call them.
As long as you call them.
Yeah.
And this is Tom, and while I'm watching this beautiful thing being done, and if you guys want me to jump in at all and destroy what you're making, let me know.
Yeah,
can you just tell me really quick a little bit of a history of Knottberry Farm and how you're related to the family and everything?
I am a son-in-law of one of the founders. Yes, go ahead and do that. We want small middles now, small middles.
Small middles.
Son-in-law to one of the founders, and I've been here 32 years. And we started out as just a strawberry farm,
Okay.
no cinnamon rolls. And we started with just a couple of people in the bakery at the other end of the building.
The popularity of not only the strawberry farm and your wife's shakes, can I call them your wife's
Sure.
shakes?
Yeah.
Because your wife really runs the shake part of it.
She's a manager, yes, over there.
Yeah. When did it get so crazy? When did it get so busy? I mean, when I was little, I don't remember the lines.
I was here in '69, and I remember lines. They just weren't as long.
So other than the famous cinnamon buns, what else are you all popular for?
Oh, well, obviously the milkshakes next door, and we are a strawberry farm, so we have strawberries.
But I'm here with Dusty as your baker, and we're here in the bakery. So what else?
Herb rolls is probably a second popularity, which is oregano and garlic. That's very popular. And we make a variety of breads, but we've seen a decline in bread sales.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think people make sandwiches anymore at home.
Oh, I make sandwiches all the time.
Well, we have to give you some bread.
Okay. And Tom, your wife is a Nouse,
That's correct.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have two Nouses still in the business, my wife and her sister.
Wow.
So.
And they both work here.
And they both work here. In fact, they've never worked anywhere else.
Really?
Susan can remember picking up rocks in the field when she was a little girl. She would work in the bakery before she'd go to school next door. This is her life, and now it's mine. Yeah.
You must love it.
We get along.
So I need some berries for a recipe I'm going to make. I was hoping to steal some strawberries and some angel food cake.
We will be able to get you some strawberries.
Okay.
I'll see about the angel food.
If you can't get the angel food cake, I'll make some sponge
You'd probably
cake.
make a better angel
All
food
right.
than we do anyway.
Oh, I doubt it. So we are out here at the beautiful farm at Knottberry Farm, and I don't know, man. There's nothing better than a hot strawberry.
Oh, well, we have a few for you. We have a few hot strawberries for you.
So what are the two different kinds of
Yeah,
strawberries?
this year we're growing a Festival and a Florida Sensation. Festival's a little bit more firm.
Can I get down in that?
Yes, go ahead. Help yourself.
If you all have never had a warm sun-kissed strawberry, you really need to, because there's nothing like it. Stop eating just cold strawberries. There's nothing like a warm strawberry, don't you think?
I think so, and the U-pick field is where you get the warm strawberries.
That's right. Is there a way to picking that I'm doing wrong, or am I?
No, you're fine. You don't need the stem. The thing that we see a lot of people do is they will pull this part off,
That's a shame.
which is not necessary. You don't want to do that. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to wash your berries as soon as you get them. You want to wash your berries right before you're going to eat them, because strawberries like water, and they're going to soak up that water, and it's going to dilute the flavor.
These are beautiful. I think I'm going to make a delicious trifle.
What time am I going to be there?
You are
invited?
absolutely invited to eat my trifle.
I'm excited.
Thank you. This is just lovely. It's so nice to be out here again.
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
For more information on today's show, or to see a previous episode, or just to ask me a question, please go to our website, SoFloTaste.com. It's your one-stop shop for everything SoFlo Taste. Celebrate the food of South Florida at SoFloTaste.com. It's the place to ask me a question or make a comment, especially good comments. Again, SoFloTaste.com. Now back to the cooking.
Welcome back. We're here at Verde Farms and Community Market, And I brought over the strawberries from Berry, and so I'm just very excited to use them in a trifle. So I'm going to make a fresh trifle. It's also citrus season, so we brought some beautiful grapefruit and oranges to mix into this trifle. For the pudding part of the trifle, it's just basically a little bit of milk, some sugar, a little vanilla and cornstarch, and a little touch of heavy cream. That's about it. So I made the pudding already. It's done. So let's just start layering up the trifle. In a spray bottle, I have some Cointreau. You can also use triple sec, whatever orange liqueur you like, and a little bit of simple syrup, which is just half sugar and half water reduced down. And I layer your favorite sponge cake or pound cake, which is what I have here, and I just spray some of that Cointreau and simple syrup in there, and add a little bit of vanilla pudding on what I call the first floor of the cake, and then some fresh strawberries from Berry Farm right over that, and then some beautiful mixed citrus and their juices. So I'm going to pour a little bit of the juice. The cake can take it, and add some of those beautiful citrus sections, and then some whipped cream right over the top. And I'll do another layer. And you can of course layer it up how you want to, but make sure you always start with a nice soaked cake. And this is kind of fun, isn't it? Instead of using the bottle or pouring it in and pouring too much in, it lets you know exactly how much you're adding in. And as far as pudding goes, if you have to use chocolate pudding, go for it. Dulce de leche pudding, caramel pudding is delicious as well. But I just love the good old vanilla because I added a little bit of orange zest into my vanilla pudding, which brings out that beautiful citrus flavor. More strawberries. Leave a little bit for the top. And then of course the citrus. And then whipped cream. And then, of course, top it off with some fresh fruit right over the top. So some berries. And finally, citrus. And of course, you can buy the cake if you want to. You don't necessarily have to make one. Make it easier on yourself. Most important thing is to come down here to Homestead, use what they've got. There's so many beautiful things, and enjoy this beautiful berry and citrus trifle among the family.
To get a taste of what we made on today's show, at least two-dimensionally, go to SoFloTaste.com. It's the be-all, end-all of SoFlo Taste.
Let's look at the week ahead in our culinary calendar. Starting tonight at 5, the 7th annual Verde Awards are up for grabs at the Magic City Casino. Almost 3 dozen restaurants and food trucks will be putting their best food forward for a shot at winning a Verde Award, and you and your family can eat the rewards. Admission is free for all ages. More information at theveggies.com. Then it's chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Need we say more? Oh, maybe we do. Like what it is. Well, it's the 10th annual International Chocolate Festival next weekend at Fairchild Tropical Botanical Garden in Coral Gables. Indulge in chocolate from artisan chocolatiers and demonstrations from Miami's master chefs and chocolatiers. More delicious info at fairchildgarden.org/events. Now, back to our bonbon, Michelle Bernstein.
Thank you so much for joining us today down here in the Homestead area. It has been a beautiful day with all of you. Join us next time here on SoFlo Taste. Mwah. See you later.